Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Seth here, um, King of Hell, spiritual consultant, spiritual leader, uh, King the Conqueror, uh, the High Evolutionary, the High Evolutionary, not the on drugs, the evolutionary, the highly promoted evolutionary. How y'all doing? So, um, hope you guys doing good. Hope you guys doing great. It's Monday. It's the start of the week, and we are still being attacked by the Matrix. The Matrix is pulling all the stops, talking about everything at the same time. They're talking about time travel. They're talking about Satanists. They're talking about Catholics. They're talking about child things, and it's crazy. They are pulling all the stops. They are trying to maintain control of your mind. And quite frankly, I don't know if it's working or not. I have no idea. There's not enough comments in the comment section. Nobody's commenting. I don't know if I don't know if they got you. I don't know if they don't got you. I have no idea. But today's subject is going to be very controversial. I'm going to be saying some shit here that I don't even know if I'm going to repeat later. I don't even know if I'm going to repeat these things later, man. We're going to talk about something in particular. In my experience, because the thing is, they're trying, they have been, they have been blaming children abuse on Satanism for a very long time. I myself is guilty of doing so too in the past. But that was only because of my ignorance. That was only because of my ignorance. Um, Let me explain to you what I perceive, what who I perceive is doing what. You see, the thing is, when you believe in God, when you believe in the metaphysical concepts, when you understand the mythological concepts, the metaphysical mythological, when you understand the metaphysical aspects of the Bible, you develop certain powers. And those powers are reminiscent of pop culture vampirism. There's a certain charm about you. You charm people with just your presence. What I have noticed in my experience is that this charm affects people of all ages. Whoa. Let me slow my roll there. Let me slow my roll there. This charm affects people of all ages. we also need to take under consideration, we also need to be very careful and take under consideration that some children are hypersexualized. Some children are most children are hypersexualized. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful with our children and who they hang around with. So, in my experience, children and the belief of God, there is something about children in the belief of God. There is something about you when you believe in those notions that happen to you. And it's as if you are capable of attracting these little people. Mind you, some people want to say Satanists are child abusers. But the biggest, first of all, yes, that is bigotry, because the highest amount, there is no such thing as a Church of Satan. There are no places where Satanists meet up. If Satanists meet up, it's in somebody else's house, if that's even a thing that exists. There is no place to attract children towards. How many cases have there been that when a pedophile, when a adult male solicited a child to do something that he's not supposed to be doing, was it there be Satanist paraphernalia in the house or around that person, or did that person even look like a Satanist? If there is a certain volume or a certain percentage, it is very low. Because the adults that I see that solicitate these kinds of things to younger people do not wear Satanist clothing. They do not speak about Satan. They do not know or even believe, probably, in the idea of Satan. Now, if you look at the reverse effect of what's going on in the church, where children do go inside of the church, that some adults are capable of speaking to children. There is even a specific church for children called choir school. But yet, it is us that gets the brunt of it all, even though these children are walking into the mouth of God to then be molested by a God speaking man. How can I commit a crime where I don't even have a place to commit the crime in? How can you call me a child abuser when you're abusing children by the hundreds or by the 50s? I don't know how many choir boys some, churches take at a time. I don't think it's that much. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it's 100. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still more than 5 every year for thousands of years. And for thousands of years, these religious people have been posting, including myself, have been posting about Satanism being related to these kinds of solicitations towards little people, towards children. So, in case that flew over your head, let me repeat again. There are no Church of Satan. There is no place of communion for Satanists. There are no reports, there are no valid reports claiming that, you know what, give me a second. I'm going to do some research. Give me a second. Okay. I took a quick look. I couldn't find actual statistics. There are reported cases. There are reported cases, though. But there's no actual statistics depicting the amount of actual Satanists compared to all other people that do that also do that kind of stuff. There's a lot of allegations. It's a lot of allegations. There's a lot of I would presume there's certain, I would call at that point, the way what I've seen is that some of these cases reported, or some of those cases reported are isolated events, because the way that it's reported, it's well, I did see there are supposedly some groups that decide to go sideways of the program. Anyway, look it up yourself. If you're capable of seeing inconsistencies, look it up. Because the thing about a coven, if you have a coven, that's, how can I say, it's I wouldn't call it isolated. If you do have a coven and children are going to your coven, however that works, look it up. And when I say children, I'm not talking about, like, I hate to say it, I'm not talking about no 17-year-olds. We're talking about children that can barely walk. Like their penis are not even penises yet. Their genitals haven't even formed yet. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's excusable. That's not what I'm saying. But so let me repeat that again. How are you blaming Satanists, individual or group, which they're not really? Because, like I said, if you do have a covenant, I did forget the word about the covenant. I did forget about the covenant. I did forget about covenants. There are covenants, but those are independent. It is your decision. There is no secular belief in Satanism. Satanism is not a cult. The church is a cult. It is secular. People meet up to talk about it. They have a whole ritual. There's a whole thing. It's a tradition. It's there. It's established for thousands of years, hundreds of years. So I want to see, statistically speaking, how much of the percentage of people being arrested for things like that compared to the rest of the world. That's what I want to see. Before we start calling people this and calling people that, I want to know if these incidents are isolated incidents or is the whole damn group responsible for it. Because when we're talking about the church, it is not an isolated incident. It happens a lot. The word of God, the presumed, the alleged word of God means absolutely nothing. In magic and in Catholic beliefs, there is a word called consecration. Let me tell you a little story. I had an apartment a few years ago. My mom called me on my cell phone. My mom knows about magic. She calls me on my cell phone. We have a conversation. We start talking. I just had the apartment. I just moved in. My mom tells me, oh, don't forget, do this in your apartment so that nobody can come bother you. I know she was telling the truth. I didn't think about doing that, but she reminded me to do that. So I did it. I did the thing in my apartment. And it's supposed to keep bad people from entering your house. I did the thing. Somebody rang at my door. The person could not enter my house. He was looking at the doorway and he was stuck. What I did was a consecration ritual. It's like before doing it's like before doing when you're what's it called when you're how do you say that again? When you cleanse your ritual space, you're consecrating your ritual space so that the spirits that are not supposed to be there, or if there are bad spirits there, they go away. Or unhelpful spirits, as I like to call them. They go away, or they can't enter while you're doing the ritual. Mind you, if you practice voodoo, your consecration works. If you practice demonology, your consecration works. If you practice Wicca, your consecration works. The only place where I see that consecrated ground does not exist is in the church. It's the only place that I see, because it's a pack of lies. It is a pack of lies. Lies cannot be more powerful than the truth. Lies will never be more powerful than the truth. The devil loves the truth because the truth is so much more interesting, is what they say about him. Why would I lie? The common thing that people love to say that the devil says is, why would I lie when the truth is so much more interesting? Is it? So now the question is it the person's fault for being that way? Of course, you can blame the person for being that way, but is it possible, if you believe in demon possessions, if you believe that all the people that are doing bad things are possessed by the devil, could it be impossible for me to say that this person also has, the person that believes in God also has a spirit living within them that are making people gravitate towards them? Because in my experience, I have noticed that children gravitate towards me. Children tend to gravitate towards me. There's two reasons why that happened. One of them is good. The other one, I'm not so sure if it's good. Because children gravitate around spiritual people. Children gravitate around good people. That is true. But there's also, just like everything else, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Just like everything else, there is a polarity. And there is a polarity in the mindset of that specific notion. And the polarity is, some children might be sexually attracted to you. It can happen. It does happen. So can we say, if you believe that there is a devil living inside of a person, is it so crazy to say that when you believe in God, you have an unhealthy relationship with your personal charm level? Not to say something despicable here. I don't think it's not. I don't think so. I don't think it's crazy to say. If you're capable of believing that spirits can come within somebody's body and do all sorts of things, that can run up the walls and jump over a house and, get shot 35 times and not die, all that shit is possible, then that is also possible, my friend. That is also possible, my friend. That is still in the realm of the possibilities. If we believe in the supernatural, if we believe in paranormal events, if we believe in aliens, if we believe in time travel, then this is something that is probably going on also that nobody speaks of because it's shameful. It's shameful for everybody. It's shameful for the adult and it's shameful for the child. It's shameful for me too. I'm not trying to put Islam on blast, but I'm going to put Islam on blast a little bit. Because it is depicted in old Quran testaments, in the belief of Islam, that you can have a child spouse. It is depicted in the Old Testament that as soon as the child receives his first leaking, then he is ready for marriage. So it don't matter at what age, as soon as the child gets this first leakage. So it don't matter what age. It don't matter what age. We're not talking about age, we're talking about the leakage. Most women, most children have had their first leakage in their teenage years. Around 10, 11, 12 years old. So in the old days, it was okay to marry underage people. This was the word of God. And it's still going on today. That's still going on today. Nothing changed. But those guys over there, they're not Satanists. Those guys over there, oh no, it's just, it's just, it's just, You will not see a demonic text that speaks about such acts. Not a real demonic text. You'll probably see some theory or some bullshit grimoire that somebody decided to write in his parents' basement. But there are no actual satanic, demonic, there is no actual demonic text depicting any of these actions. There is no, let me tell you something. There is no demonic text that depicts any harmful or not harmful acts. Any grimoire you see was left to the deliberation of the supposed user. The self-proclaimed magician decided to speak about his experience. Satan don't write books. Satan don't write books. You want to know why? So like that day, you can't say that he said this. Because he's not trying to control you. He's not trying to control you. If he's not trying to control you, why would he need a book? He's not trying to control you. He's not trying to take control of your life. No, you're supposed to live with him as a brother, not as a underling. If you're capable of reaching that height, because that's in the whole nother ballgame. Now we're talking about something completely different now. So you have these groups of people hell bent. This is not just about Satan. It's about you. This is not just about Satan. It is about you. There are people that are hell bent of maintaining control of your mind, soul, and spirit by implementing fear in your thoughts about aspects of yourself that is integrally, dare I say to say it, but we all know. I explain what the word holy means. Holy. And when I say holy, I don't mean this nonsense about God and blah, 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 and the birds and the bees. No, I'm talking about being your entire self, having demonic strength, having strength, having divine strength, having godly strength. Because at the end of the day, the common man, if he does develop powers, if he does develop some form of spiritual knowledge, he's going to be scared. This is facts. Women are the perfect example of what I'm saying. 99.9999999% of women are afraid of their own spiritual strength. %, 70.153670956% of men are afraid of their own spiritual strength. This is facts. If you decide to become a spiritual leader, you're going to be ripping your hair out. Why? Because you will notice that people do have, you'll discover, because people share stories with you. They're going to share stories with you. And when they're sharing the stories with you, you understand that, well, you have spiritual strength. And if you try to make those people develop, this is 99 point, well, let's not just put it all on women. This is 80% of the people living on earth. 80%. That's even your mother, that's your sister, that's your brother, that's everybody. I'm surrounded by people that are afraid of themselves. Surrounded. overrun, outnumbered, nigga, outnumbered by a humongous sea of people that are afraid of their own spiritual strength. They don't want to know nothing about that shit. They'll tell you stories. And you, as a spiritual leader and investigator, because if you're a spiritual leader, you investigated this whole thing that we call reality, because you gotta, before you say you're a spiritual leader, you can't call yourself a spiritual leader and you don't even know if the shit real or not, right? So that means you investigated. You're an inquisitor. That means you're an inquisitor. A wise man. You investigated, so you're a spiritual investigator and a spiritual leader. And when you become that, people start telling you stories because they trust you. And those stories, and so you understand the process, so you can make the difference between somebody that's just saying a whole bunch of nonsense and people that do actually have spiritual powers. Because you did the same thing yourself, or you notice the amount of people that can also do the same thing that you just heard that this person did. And you will find out that 85% of people are afraid of themselves. Because God. God did so much of a brainwashing and a fucking screw job in your mind. When you develop personal strength, you feel like you are offending God. You feel like there's something wrong with you. You feel like you're damn. There is no such fucking thing. No such thing. No such thing. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. I ain't gonna lie. That don't even make sense. I understand it. But it don't mean that it makes sense, though. That don't make sense. It don't. How can you be a God? How can your God make you afraid of yourself? That makes no sense. It don't. It don't. It makes no sense. And while you're afraid of being yourself, he's giving you the ability to attract children. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? I don't give a shit. The fuck am I supposed to do with that, dude? That shit don't pay the bills, nigga. Well, for some people it does, but that's not the kind of shit that I want to fucking do. I don't know what kind of fucking crack fucking drugs you own, God, but I don't want any. You can keep it for yourself. Keep it to yourself. I'm gonna go over there where they're fucking tearing up fucking planets using their fucking minds and shit. That's what's interesting to me. Not children. I don't give a fuck about no children. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. Get it. Nigga, I wanna tear a hole I want to create terrors. You know what a terror is? Is when there's a big old fucking, like a opening in the fucking sky and shit. That's what the fuck I want to do. I want to create terrors, bro. I want to create holes in reality. I don't know why. I just want to. I don't know why. I don't know what would be the purpose of doing that, but that's what I want to do. I want to be fear itself. I want to terrorize the known universe. So it's real funny that for having different beliefs, so there is a very narcissistic, psychopathic tendency with God. There's a lot of projection going on with God. Like, he's calling people liars, but he's the biggest liar. He's calling people pedophiles, but he's the biggest pedophile. There's a lot of projection. What you're listening to is somebody projecting. You're listening, what you believe in and what you're listening to is a narcissistic person projecting his own issue onto someone else. That's what your belief is. That's what your belief is. And God is narcissistic. You can't tell me God is not narcissistic. He has a bunch of narcissistic tendencies. And he's just like every time, like, I don't know, from what I've seen, he's the king of lies. When did Lucifer lie? He lied about what? When did he lie? How can you say God said Lucifer was perfect, and then all of a sudden he's a liar? That's called projecting, bro. How can something perfect lie? Think about it for 2 seconds. We're not talking about women here. We're not talking about women here. We're talking about internally perfect, like the idea of perfection. Perfection is a lie. That's what you're saying. Perfection is a lie. You created perfection, and perfection is lying. He's a pedophile. There's a bunch of people that follow you that are pedophiles, but he's the pedophile. You're projecting, bro. You're projecting, bro. God projects his inconsistencies on other people all the fucking time. And for some reason, because everybody got you scared as shit, you just fucking, you don't, it's not even that you believe it. You just accept it. It's not that you don't believe it. You don't. You just accept it because people scare that shit in you until you fucking do. We are being brainwashed with nonsense. We're being brainwashed with nonsense. And the worst part is, it's more than just brainwashing. There's a lot of devious, heinous, dark ass shit going on over there. Some of us have been repeating for ages about how the Bible treats women. No one gives a shit. Some of us have been talking about for ages about the relationship between man and slave. Nobody gives a shit. And the list goes on and on. Now, today, we're talking about the fact, some of us have been talking about the relationship of God with the church and pedophilia. No one gives a shit. You're being brainwashed. You're not being you are brainwashed. You just don't realize that you're brainwashed. Most people don't realize that they're brainwashed. Some people don't even know what the word brainwashing is. How can you defend yourself from something that you don't even know is happening? You don't have that kind of knowledge. You don't have that kind of understanding. You don't know if you're brainwashed or not. You have no idea, and you don't know the extent of the brainwashing. Because some people are aware of what the word brainwashing is, but they think the extent of the brainwashing is it's just Google trying to get me to go buy some Nikes and shit. It's a lot worse than that. It's at least 3 folds worse than that. That's just the evidence of the possibility of brainwashing. And this is where it gets serious. This is the part where shit gets serious. As if it wasn't serious enough already. This is the part where shit gets serious. You have to understand that brainwashing is a type of technology. I had to cut off my internet. I forgot my internet was, because I made a video yesterday, and my whole damn computer just shut down. That's the first time it ever happened. My whole computer shut down, the whole thing. And I redid it. I cut the internet off, and I redid it. That's the video that came out. I said the exact same shit. So you understand, brainwashing is actually a form of technology. A form of technology that you were not aware of until the 70s. Most of us are not aware of this coming from before the 70s. And if you were born in the 90s, you have to understand that you were not aware. If you were born in the last generation, not this generation, not Generation Z. Let's say you were born in that Generation X. I guess Generation X. If you was born in Generation X, you were not aware of that shit until the 90s. So you don't know how big the brainwashing is. Because the only thing you know about brainwashing is what they let you know about brainwashing. The only thing you know about brainwashing is what they let you know about brainwashing. Of course, there are some outside cases, whistleblowers, people like me, of course, and things like that, of course. You only know what they let you know about brainwashing. You think brainwashing can only be done using a machine. No. Brainwashing, and then there's a guy that becomes super popular He's on TV. You wake up one day, there's this guy, he's super popular. Everybody fucking loves him because he's a cool fucking hypnotist. He's a hypnotist that's been around for I don't know how long doing this hypnosis on people in the streets or in shows and stuff like that. And now he's in movies. He's celebrities. Everybody wants to talk to him. He's talking about hypnosis. You didn't know about hypnosis before that. They don't teach you hypnosis at school. How many people that went to school and there was a class that says hypnosis class? You know what they let you know about brainwashing. That's them, when you see shit like that, that's them bragging about what they did to you. Bragging. They're so brash about it because you'll never understand it. And it's already too late because you're already brainwashed. And since they don't have nothing to do and it's Monday, well, shit, let's talk about brainwashing. Let's just have some fun. It's not like they can do something about it. And in some cases, shit, they're right. You know, in some cases, they're right. There's not much. There's a lot of people that are fucking brainwashed. And it doesn't matter if you're the best anti-brainwash kid around, guy around. You're just not gonna undo the brainwashing because it's gonna take years. It's gonna take years to undo somebody's brainwashing like that. It doesn't take that long, but it takes a minute. It takes a minute, at least 1 year, to undo all of that, the religious brainwashing, the social brainwashing, the metaphysical brainwashing, to undo all that, the emotional brainwashing, the psychological brainwashing, to undo all those brainwashings that they put on us on a consistent basis. It's going to take at least a year. It's like therapy. Like these videos, I guess you're right. It is like therapy. You're unbrainwashing. If you watch my videos all the time, you're unbrainwashing yourself. But it's not, if you watch my video all the time, you're gonna unbrace yourself. Unbrace yourself. Unbrainwash yourself. But depending on the person, some people might watch my videos and they catch it right away. I haven't seen those people around though. I ain't gonna lie. Some people is gonna take a lot more time. And I probably won't be there for, I won't be there forever. Maybe. So, I mean, maybe I'll be there, I'll be here forever, but I don't think you can rely on a YouTube video to be around for fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? Or even 5. Because you never know what might happen in the future. I might have a bigger platform or I might fucking disappear. Not everyone is going to pass the test. Not everyone's going to pass the test. God puts horrific, disgusting shit into your life so you can love him. So you think that you need him. So you think that the brainwashing is real. God made you poor. You're poor because of God. You're poor because of God. The reason why you don't have money is because of God. The reason why you don't love women is because of God. The reason why women don't love you is because of God. The reason the reason why your relationship with your girlfriend always fucks up is because of God. Well, that might be because of you too, but yeah, you get the idea. You know what I'm saying. The reason why the Illuminati exists is because of God. I'm not worried about no God. I'm a cosmic level threat. I'm as much as a threat to him that he is to you. That's my job. I'm Amin Ra. I'm Amin Ra, bro. I keep that little snake at bay. I ain't worried about no God. You see me worried about God? And there's a lot of us that's not worried about no God. I mean, like, I don't know, but not really. I don't. Because these other cats that be talking about, the devil is the true, is the devil is God in the Bible. You know those little videos. These niggas believe in God too. They scared. They scared. They believe in God too because they're talking about the God of the Bible. They're not talking about God. So while they're saying, what they're saying is the Bible is depicting the devil. It's not depicting God, which is true. But you're only saying that out of fear that God actually exists and whoops your motherfucking ass. I ain't worried about no God. Like I said in my last video, God has 1 to 2 lives left. Cause that nigga be taking damage. This is Final Fantasy, nigga. This is Final Fantasy. I'm about to kill that nigga. I'm almost there. I'm about to kill that nigga. I'm almost there, bro. This is Dark Souls. I'm whooping. I got my sword and shit. I got my fucking armor, nigga. I'm whooping this nigga's ass. This motherfucker got 1 to 2 lives left. He has a big life bar. I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna get there. This is Dark Souls. You're playing Dark Souls right now. Some people ain't playing Dark Souls. They're not playing Dark Souls. They just in Dark Souls they're kind of like this hollows. They call them hollows. Just people they're like zombies. Kill them too. Take those experience. Take that experience point. You're not a hollow. If you listening to this and you accept this, you're a Dark Souls character. You're the Dark Soul main character, nigga. You whooping ass. You fighting giant monsters and you just going at it. It takes fucking 6 years to fucking beat the motherfucker, but you gonna beat him. End the fucking story. I mean, it takes 30 minutes to kill a Dark Soul boss, but he dead though. That's the important part. You did it. I'm playing Final Fantasy up in here, Nick. It's a RPG. It's a role-playing game. You can choose to be an NPC, a non-playable character, or you can be the bomb diggity, whatever. I be taking hits. I be taking hits sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I be taking some hits. It don't matter. Because I know my character's strong. I have a build. You know what I mean? I understand the whole science behind it. Nigga, I prepared for this shit. I have a +10 sword. I have a +10 armor. Nigga, I got some magic. You know, in case I need to pull out a little something, you know, I don't just have a sword. I need some magic too. I got +10 magic, +10 logic, +10 intelligence, bro. +10 strength. You know what I mean? +10 endurance, nigga. +10 stamina, nigga. This motherfucker got 1 to 2 lives left. A computer glitching shit. Making the computer glitch. Period. I'm ready. This shit ain't gonna last forever. This shit ain't gonna last forever. It ain't gonna last forever. You're not gonna keep doing this to us forever. And all of his little minions are not gonna keep doing that to us forever. So what we need to do is we need to do a spirit bomb. We need to do a spirit bomb like Goku. We need to spirit bombing like Goku, man. We need to come together, use our combined strength, and throw a Kamehameha at him. So this shit could be over, could be done with. I mean, you can do it by yourself, or you can use everybody's help, just like in the RPG. Just like a massive online multiplayer game. But we're talking about real life. We can Kamehameha blast them. Be done with it. But if you don't want to Kamehameha blast them, I don't care. You're still going to die. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. Fuck it. I'm going to get that strong. Because you have to, like I said before, these guys that are making these videos, they're scared. I mean, it's like people that practice laws of attraction, they're scared too. You know what I mean? They're scared. They don't want to offend God. They'll be like, oh, you know, oh, by the way, this is thanks to God, by the way. No, it's thanks to yourself. That's another thing that the devil keep trying to tell you that people don't listen to. The devil invented the laws of attraction. The devil invented the laws of attraction. I ain't learned the laws of attraction from God. I didn't learn none of that shit from God. I didn't even know that shit was possible. I knew I had powers. That's pretty much it. The devil created the laws of attraction. And there's some people that use that as a weapon too. They use that as laws of attraction is a demonic thing. Hell motherfucker, yes it is. Yes it motherfucking is. You better know that. You better know that. Like I said before, I feel I'm in the same boat. Well, not anymore, but I was in the same boat that most people are in right now. I thought the devil was a child predator. I thought the devil was doing all kinds of shit to women. I thought the devil was doing that. The devil was doing this. And I said the same shit. I will destroy the devil. The blah 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 blah. Man, every time I heard a song that went against the devil, I was all up in it. You know what I mean? I was dancing, the hooting and hollering. Lucifer, top of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Man. For what? For what? Now that I cross over, Lucifer be protecting women all I find out Lucifer be protecting women all the time. If you're doing black magic, don't use Lucifer to attack a woman. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. Motherfucker loves women like a mug. Way too much. Way too much. I love women too. But some women deserve their ass whooped though. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Not punch them in the face and shit, but slow your roll a little bit. Because women can be just as evil as men are, even more. Women are very capable of doing great evil. Great evil. Shit, I was watching the senator of Missouri talking about that the shit that Ryan Garcia was talking about, the 100,000 children that are being trafficked, and the senator of the state of Missouri was asking the question about what did they do with 85, how did they lose 85,000 fucking children? He was asking that to a woman. So women are very capable of committing great acts of evil. Now, I'm not saying Lucifer will never act. I'm just saying he's like, sometimes he's like, nah. You know what I mean? Because he's not that kind of guy. There's other people you can ask. I'm just not that kind of guy. But I got other people you can ask, though. They'll gladly do it. And mind you, it's not just Lucifer that loves women. I don't want to do anything with children, so I don't know about that. Like I said before, the last time I had an inkling of thinking about, maybe I should sell out and be Illuminati. Dude told me I don't want to go somewhere where children have died. That's what he told me. He didn't want me to bring him over there. So that means if I was to cross over to the Illuminati, he would leave me. I would lose him. Your mans be projecting. Your mans in them be projecting. All the wrong shit that he says the other guy's doing, that's because he's the one doing it. Lucifer ain't got no slaves. There is no text where Lucifer says, I want slaves, I need slaves, people need slaves, we got to make slaves. There's no text anywhere. Even the Bible doesn't say that shit. But you know who talks about slaves? Your boy. Your man's in them. There is no text written where he has a conversation with the devil and the devil is like, I'm going to take your people and make slaves out of them. Never. He would rather kill everybody than make them slaves. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but the fact still remains. Your man's in them is projecting. Do be calling him a liar, but he didn't lie about anything. What lie? Where was the lie? What did he lie about? He told you he was going to make you into a god. What are you? A god. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. You're a god now. He ain't where's the lie? Where is it? Your man's is projecting. He told you you can create universes just like the gods do. You got the laws of attraction today. Thousands and thousands of people believe in that shit. Where was the lie? Now people talk about synchronicities and things like that. It wasn't God. God never said he was going to make you into a god. He never said that shit. That's not in the Bible. That's not written anywhere in the Bible. Oh, but it's metaphors, so you have to... Well, he still didn't say it. At the end of the day, he didn't say that. At the end of the day, Lucifer clearly stipulates, clearly says, you will become as God. Clearly. And he did not lie. As a matter of fact, you're better than God. That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. You're better than God, bro. Where's the lie? Your man's is projecting. So what are we doing? What you doing today? What you doing? So people, stop listening to nonsense. You need someone like me. I'm very important to this story. I'm extremely important to this story. Stop listening. Stop. Everything that glitters does not shine. Everything that glitters doesn't fucking shine, bro. Stop listening to celebrities. Stop listening to the government. Listen to this channel. Because this channel will bring you to a level that you have never before seen or heard of. This is the place to be. Stop looking everywhere else. They all lying to you. Stop looking everywhere else. They are lying to you. And with that said, I'm going to leave you on that note. I'm out. When you see me in the street, throw me a little hand sign like this. You know what I mean? Because we're going back to zero, baby. We're going back to the beginning. We're not going back to the beginning. We're going before the beginning. We're going back to before the beginning. We're going to take all our power back and then some. Now, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.